Voices to discuss a whole host of topics, including demonetization and its aftermath, their Q3 earnings and future plans. We are now joined by KBS Anand, the MD and CEO of Asian Paints, to tell us more. Mr. Anand, good morning, and it's always a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the channel. Just wanted to start off by asking you whether there is complete normalcy that has returned into the paints industry post the impact of demonetization, or do you still see some more pain left?
Things are definitely better, but it's not complete normalcy as yet.
Morning, Mr. Anand. Good
morning.
to have you with us. Makes our day, I must say. The numbers, the volume numbers itself were, 12%, 14% volumes in the previous quarters, second quarter, first quarter and before. It dropped to 3% in the demonetization quarter. When you say partially returning, should we expect double digits at all this quarter?
I don't give future guidance.
Future, sir. We are 50 days. We are 50 days into this quarter. It's not future.
Yeah. So,
I'm asking you past only.
So things are a little better than Q3. We are hopeful things will improve further, but I think the north has taken a little longer to recover. The others are better off.
Okay. Mr. Anand, good morning. So,
Good morning.
Would you say that the recovery is, you said north, mainly in rural areas, would that be right? And, is it because the north deals more with cash compared to rest of the country? Could that be a bit of an issue?
Yep, that is probably the issue, but it's all areas. It's not just rural. Even the cities are affected to an extent because they are impacted by rural business. There is some wholesaling and there's some stuff like that. So there is an impact.
Okay. Would you expect that you will have at least one completely normal quarter like the previous Q2s and the Q1s before GST strikes? GST is like July 1st. So you still get the pre-monsoon quarter, don't you?
I think we should.
Okay.
How difficult is it at the moment to hold on to margins at these levels, considering that, raw material prices are shooting up and you have so much competition as well?
We have announced a price increase of 3% price increase from 1st March.
Okay. How bad will the GST disruption be, Mr. Anand? Do you expect it to be a quarter, 2 quarters? And thereafter, do you expect, a better than current growth because the informal sector will not be as strong?
There are 2 aspects to this. I don't expect the disruption to be more than a quarter, and I really don't know. It depends how the implementation on the ground really is, and how much clarity comes before everything is announced. The problem more is in terms of stock in trade as far as the retailers are concerned all over the country and how that would be handled. Once there is a little more clarity on that, probably things can be smoother. Going forward, definitely the organized sector should do better, but it would also depend on what exactly is the tax rate for paints. If it's at the higher level, 28%, it will take longer. If it's at the lower rate, it will be faster.
Okay. Mr. Anand, you have made, one acquisition, of course, in home improvement space. Do you sense more opportunities there? Do you have a lot of cash, of course? And are there other areas like maybe tiles, adhesives that you are looking at?
I don't give you guidance on this, but we are looking at various opportunities. If something really attractive comes up, we'll probably go ahead. But both in the international space for paints as well as in home improvement, we have been constantly on the lookout for what is good. We are currently, I would still say, in the process of absorbing both our home improvement businesses. They've done better this year than in the previous year, although they have been more hit by monetization than paints. But so we are on the road to what we think is recovery and understanding the business. But there is a long way to go.
Can you give us some timetable of when your capacity expansions come on stream?
It will be towards the end of 18.
Okay.
Okay. The
that
first, And the third quarter of 18 would be our Mysore plant, and the fourth quarter would be our Vizag plant.
You mean FY18? So calendar 2017 December is what you're looking at?
No, sorry, I got it wrong.
Okay.
It's 19.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. It's about 20, because we just started construction in the last quarter, so it takes about 24 months, roughly speaking.
Okay.
You're referring to the expansion in the Ankleshwar unit?
No. We have started construction in a unit in Mysore and a unit
Okay.
in Vizag.
Okay.
300,000 KL each in the last quarter.
Okay. You did mention that you have undertaken a price hike already of around 3% odd.
We have announced a
You've
price
announced,
hike on 1st of March.
So would it offset or compensate for the higher raw material costs that you're seeing, or do you think that you would have to take more price hikes in the near future as well?
It depends how the rupee goes and commodity prices go, our raw material prices go. If they've been fluctuating, so it's actually very difficult to anticipate fully. Yes, we have not covered the full extent of the current prices of raw materials, but yet again they may drop or they may rise. I mean, we'll have to go with how the prices roll.
Okay. Mr. Anand, let me get back to the volume question, because your growth was 3%. Your competitor, of course, at a much smaller scale, Berger Paint, still had double-digit growth. What do you think they could have done right compared to, say, Asian Paints?
Well, if you put it quarter to quarter, they have gained market share, but I look at it differently. I don't think quarter to quarter is a right comparison, because there are different geographies and different seasonalities in the picture. If you look quarter and quarter over 2 years, our growth rates are similar. If you look YTD for the year, our growth rates are similar. So, I mean, quarter to quarter has no meaning in my book.
No, I guess the question is, weren't they impacted by demonetization as much? Is it a question of being in different spheres? But Mr. Anand, more importantly, should we say that normalcy is back in the April-June quarter?
Let's see. At the moment, I would say normalcy is not fully back.
Okay. All right, Mr. Anand, it was always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very